everyone. I figured I'd go live for a little bit. God, I was watching the news tonight on MSNBC and BBC, and it's sad. It is so sad. Trump actually thinks he can get Iran to go do another nuclear agreement. Dip, 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 dip. Sit on it and rotate, Trump. It ain't gonna happen. He already screwed the EU and everyone else, and he thinks he can. He thinks, and it was so funny. BBC got a hold of Boris Johnson, Mitterrand, and what's her name from Germany, Angela Merkel, and they interviewed him. And Boris Johnson from the UK, he says, Trump. He goes, I learned not to even listen to him anymore. He's got his head so far up his, posterior side. He goes, he has no idea what he's doing. He's a joke. He's a retard. That's the head of the UK. Boris Johnson talking about Trump, that he's got his head up his posterior, and he doesn't know what he's talking about because he's a retard. I have to agree with him. And he said that he talked to Angela Merkel, and he talked to Mitterrand, and he talked to Trudeau and all these people. And none of them, they interviewed them all, and we haven't even talked to him. We haven't talked to him since the G8. The fucker lied. He lied in the news conference yesterday. He talked to him, and they never talked to him. I mean, that's sad. But the worst part is, the Democrats and the Republicans went into the briefing for the hit on the Soleimani dude, and he came out, and they're like, "What the fuck was that?" Basically, we asked them for the reason why, and they told us, just trust us. Just trust us. That is our president and his cabinet, Mike Pence, Pompeo, the chief of staffs. Just trust us. Trust us. Trust us. And some of the Republicans came out and they go, I've been here 9 years, Mike Lee. And he goes, I've never seen something that looked like a high school. Nothing. It didn't even come up to high school standards. I mean, it's sad. I mean, and then they tell them, no, you got to stop this War Powers Act thing. Don't bring them to a vote, because that's a disgrace to the military. You're disgracing our military by doing that. The vote that Trump not to bring us to war is a disgrace to the military. I think it's about time. We don't want any more guys going over to Iraq and Iran and Afghanistan and everywhere else and dying for what? They're not fighting for our freedom. I'm being honest with you. They are not fighting for our freedom. I mean, he's doing the same shit Bush did. The weapons of mass destruction. Bush Jr. Weapons of mass destruction. There was no weapons of mass destruction. You know, the first Gulf War, we knew exactly what we were doing. We went over there because Saddam Hussein attacked Kuwait and set their oil fields on fire. That was our main purpose, to get him out of there and put the oil fields out. That was our main concern. I still remember that night. I mean, and this told us, stand down, stand down. Okay, stand down. That's it, stand down. It amazed me how stupid Trump is. What did he expect? He created this mess. He walked away from the nuclear deal with Iran and then sanctioned the shit out of them. When you think he couldn't sanction the shit out of them anymore, he freaking came up with more. 9 more sanctions to put on him. I mean, what the fuck? How would he like for us to someone that say Britain and Germany and Canada and France and Mexico to boom, Switzerland, Germany, I mean all of them, to sanction the shit out the United States because of Trump's stupidity. How would he like that? We couldn't get any supplies from them or anything. We couldn't get our money out the world banks. Huh? How would he like that? I mean, what do you expect? A country of 80 million people that's steep in history. Iran was not Iran. It was Persia. Some of their cultural sites are historic of a historic epic, and Trump's threatening to blow them up. That's like someone coming into the United States and blowing away the Statue of Liberty, the Washington Monument, the White House, the U.S. Congress, the halls of Congress and stuff, the Pentagon. Oh, they did try to blow up the Pentagon. I'm sorry, but that was Saudi Arabia. Saudi's done that one. The guys that done 9/11 were from Saudi Arabia, and Trump's like that with them. He's selling them all kinds of military stuff, but still, we have 3,500 troops protecting their oil fields. Does someone find that kind of strange? I do. Very strange that we're protecting their oil fields. You know? But he pissed the Republicans off just as he pissed off the Democrats today with that fake-ass briefing on why they killed the General Soleimani. And they came out and they were pissed. Now, Mitch McConnell still does not believe, and the Republicans still don't believe, that Trump done anything wrong on the Ukraine call. Now, John Bolton decides, hey, I want to testify now. John Bolton, a drug deal gone bad. John Bolton, I want to testify now before the Senate. But they're saying, no, you can't testify against the Senate. Mitch McConnell, no. Trump says he was never in the call. Trump said he was never in the call. I don't know what he's got to say. He was never in the call. Yes, he was. Fiona Hill was in the call. Lieutenant Colonel Vindman was in the call. You know, the Republicans say that everything from Vindman and Fiona Hill is secondhand information. Vindman heard the call. He listened to it. He was on the call with them. He heard it. Now that's not secondhand call. Secondhand information. Fiona Hill was in the room with him when he said that. She was national security. Okay? They were in the room. Now, how could they come up with a different story than Mike Pence and Pompeo and all those other assholes that were in there didn't hear that? Then he releases the transcript and it says, by the way, can you do us a favor? What I hear that the server and this 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 was in the Ukraine. Well, I got news for the dumb fuck. The DNC email server was not an email server. They were on the cloud. And the cloud they were on was Amazon's cloud. They were on Amazon's cloud. Okay? There was no server. It was on Amazon's cloud. So they hacked into Amazon's cloud and got the emails. Okay? And it wasn't Ukraine. It was that little freak. They got the emails. Julian Assange. It wasn't in Ukraine. But now they're bitching they don't want John Bolton to testify. They wanted first-hand information. John Bolton's got the first-hand information. They still don't want him to testify. Don't understand it. They want to get down to the nitty-gritty of it. Let John Bolton testify. Mitch McConnell is at a 10% approval rating in Kentucky. Lindsey Graham is at 8% approval rating in South Carolina. Mutton Jeff of the Senate. Moscow Mitch and Leningrad Lindsey. I mean, it's sad. It's sad that these two morons are running the Senate. Come November, they'll be gone. But I can tell you this. Trump put out a thing the other day that he has a 50% approval rating. I don't know where in the fuck he got that from. He's at 41% approval rating. By Fox News. Fox News, 41% approval rating. And here's the best part. Fox News has it at 75% of the people want Trump impeached and removed from office. Fox poll. 75% of the people want Trump impeached and removed from office. It's kind of sad. You know, the guy's a delusional, clueless, uneducated idiot. You know, and there's no more Republican Party. There's no more Ronald Reagan Republican Party. It's gone. Trump brought in he brought in the cult of Trump. The cult of Trump party. The clueless and uneducated of this country. His supporters. The white nationalists. The people that go into a restaurant and like Applebee's and pick on a Muslim family and call them a terrorist. Or the old lady that won't let a person into their apartment building because she's black. And the lady says, "Excuse me, I'm going to my apartment." "No, you don't live here because you're black." Great to be in America, going back to the 1950s. Yep, in the 1960s, early 1960s. Yep, that, you know, the KKK is back and the white nationalists are back. He's got a white nationalist working in the White House doing his immigration shit. By sending people that are caught in the United States back to Mexico, the squalor in tents and stuff, in cold weather, rain, so they can come back across the border and get their hearings. Now, how are they going to get a hold of those people that get their hearings if they're in another country and they don't have any communications? Throw this out there for you guys to think. Are you better off than you were 3 years ago before Trump got in office? Huh? I know a lot of people that aren't. Because here it goes. You own a house. Your house is under $500,000. Okay? You cannot claim the interest and the tax on your houses. If you have a profession where you have to buy equipment and uniforms like police officers, firefighters, nurses, doctors, other people, you can't claim those deductions any longer. You can't claim it. I found that out. I found that firsthand. My ex, Hannah's mom, is so pissed since Trump got in office. She can't claim the interest on her house. She can't claim the tax on her house. She can't claim her nursing uniforms. The interest on the house alone was something like $15,000 to $16,000 a year. The tax on the house was like $2,800. Nursing uniform, another couple thousand. She can't claim those deductions any longer because you have to have a house valued at over $500,000 to claim your taxes and shit. So, keep that in mind. Are you better off after 3 years of Trump? I sure as hell am not. I remember last year I done my self-employed tax. I wound up paying $3,800 in federal, state, and Social Security and Medicare taxes. Yeah. On, I think it was about 12, about 11, no, about 12,900 and some odd, $12,948. On the paying that much on taxes, thanks to Trump. And I was supposed to be self-employed. Self-employed was supposed to get a break, and we never got a break. So everyone have a good day, and hope Trump doesn't pull the trigger on Iran again. You know? But what did you expect? He pulled out of the nuclear agreement and slapped him with all kinds of shit that just... If the U.S. was hit with all that shit, they would go ape shit. They can't sell their oil. They can't get their money from the world banks. They can't sell their oil or anything to any other country. And then he thinks he's going to get the EU and Russia to go in on a new nuclear agreement. You think Iran's going to sit down with Trump and try to negotiate something? Fuck no. Fuck no. They'll tell him to fuck off and die. Everyone have a good evening and take care. Bye.